Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a good day. Selamat datang and welcome to MAHSA International Conference on Industrial Revolution, Information and Communication Technology 2022, Mi-Irict 2022. Before we begin our conference events, now let us have our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, Mi-Irict 2022 aims to bring together researchers and industrial professionals from all over the world to share their experience in the field of information technology. It provides a platform for researchers, educators, and students to present and discuss the most recent innovations, practical challenges, and solutions adopted in their research. The theme of Mi-Irict 2022 is Let Us IT Insight Towards Industrial Revolution 4.0. To begin this event, we are pleased to have Yang Berbahagia Professor Dr. Sri Kumar Chakravarti, Postgraduate Studies, Research and Innovation, MAHSA University. Yang Berusaha Dr. Kotilingam Kotursamy, Associate Professor, School of Computing Engineering, SRM, University Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. Yang Berusaha Professor Rozaida Ghazali, Computer Science and Information Technology, Tun Hussein On Malaysia, UTHM, Johor, Malaysia. Yang Berusaha Associate Professor, TS Dr. Iman Farshi, the Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Built Environment and IT of MAHSA University. Berusaha Ms. Mekala Priyasamy, Conference Chair, Faculty of Engineering, Built and IT, MAHSA University. All participants and viewers for today. Distinguished and gentlemen, without ado, I would like to call upon Dr. Muhammad to recite the dua. Please welcome. Okay, so I would like again Dr. Muhammad Husni bin Harun to recite the dua. Please welcome.
Minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Hamdan hamidin hamdan syakirin. Hamdan yuafi ni'amahu ikafi umazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi lijalali wajhikal karim. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala sayyidina Muhammad. Ya Allahim, praise be to the God, peace and upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions, and for those who followed his example till the judgment day. Allahumma, ya on this blessed morning, in conjunction with the MAHSA International Industrial Revolution Information and Communication Technology, we beseech thee and grateful towards you in favor of all the infinite blessing to us, your humble servant, to live safe prosperous life. We seek your blessing for a flawless progress of this event from the beginning till the end. We seek your aid clear of event that will dismantle the progress of this event. Ya Latif, Ya Rahim, please bless us with your taufiq hidayah. Please guide MAHSA University, greatness, peace, glory, and prosperity in this world and the hereafter. Make us a responsible intellectual. Granted us with a valuable knowledge that will be beneficial to mankind in order to gain righteous servant that follow your commands and neglect the sinful act. Please forgive us for our wrongdoing. Ya Munzil al-Barakah, bestow peace to our beloved country Malaysia, preserve us from disaster, neither man-made nor natural disaster. And to you, Ya Allah, we ask for security and prosperity upon us, our leaders and our country. Bestow patience in us in order to face the challenges from you. Please accept our deeds and please reward us accordingly. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وبارك وسلم والحمد لله.
Thank you, Dr. Husain. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, next, let us all welcome Yang Berusaha, Associate Professor, D.S. Dr. Iman Farshi, the Dean of Faculty of Engineering and Environment of MAHSA University, for his welcoming speech. Please welcome.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, and hope so far you had a great day so far. I'm Dr. Iman, Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Built Environment, and IT, MAHSA University. So I'm here to officially welcome all of you to MAHSA International Conference on Industrial Revolution, Information, and Communication Technology 2022. So basically, today the theme of the conference is the latest IT insight towards Industrial Revolution 4.0. In today's conference, we have many researchers and many presenters that they are going to discuss about IR 4.0, IoT, intelligence database, machine learning, robotics, and industrial automations, and also recent trend in networking and many more other related topics. So these are all related and great information that we have today, which we're going to discuss with many researchers and presenters that joined all around the world to our conference, as well as we have a great speakers. We have a Prof. Katilingam from India and Prof. Rosaida from UTHM Malaysia, that all of us, we're going to share the knowledge to understand what is the needs of IR 4.0 and also how we can move forward to the new technology that nowadays we discuss, even most of the places, they are moving toward IR 5.0 as well. For your information, in Faculty of Engineering, Built Environment, and IT, this is the third conference that we're conducting this year in 2022. And most of our conferences, it's discussed about all the new technology, IR 4.0, and so on, which is, it shows exactly by mixing IT and engineering and even build environment, how the digitalization and moving forward on the developing information technology in each and every aspect of the life, it is important to discuss and it's important to share the knowledge to develop more. And even today we have a great speakers, and as an opener, Prof. Seri, the director of the research and innovation in MAHSA University. He's from medical background, but I'm pretty sure that he can understand and he will tell us that how IT and IR 4.0 is affecting on the medical background information. And even let's come back to our faculty build environment that we have this uh, architecture technology that we are the first we develop in Malaysia architecture technology program, which we embedded green technology and BEAM and IR 4.0 application to the normal traditional architecture, and it is really make it develop a new site and new vision to the architecture and build environment. So I think by now everyone understand that how this conference is important for us, and be grateful that we have many researchers from all around the world to join for this conference, as we have a great speakers to discuss on this matter, and we understand that how we can move forward for discussion on IR 4.0 to IR 5.0, and how to make sure that digitalization in this current era, it is important for each and every fields, medical, build environment, engineering, and so on. So I hope that everyone have a great day today to sharing the knowledge about various information about information technology. Wish you all have a great days, and have a nice day. Thank you so much, and good luck everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Im, for the speech. Next, let us all welcome Professor Dr. Srikumar Chakravarti, the Director, Postgraduate Studies, Research and Innovation, MAHSA University, for his opening speech. Please welcome, Prof.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having invited me over for this event. Professor Iman and Dr. Vice Chancellor, members of management, and members of the organizing committee, and participants of the Mi-Irict. Now, fair enough, we do have a conference for IRICT, which is Industrial Revolution. Now, everybody is actually talking about industrial revolution, but it's no more an industrial revolution. It is an industry. When you actually go to different sites, it is Industry 4.0. And Industry 4.0 has taken economy to a whole new level. McKinsey report 2019 and 2020, 2021 have actually given a lot of examples as to how the trends for the future are. It is believed that by 2025, 10% of the cars on the road will be driverless. What do you mean driverless? Like, for those of you who watched Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie about 30 years ago, which was shown in the planet Mars, all the cars were driverless. At that point, we actually laughed, thinking this is wonderful science fiction. This is entertainment. But now, by 2025, which is just 2.5 years down the lane, 10% of the cars will be driverless. We do have 3D printing machines in MAHSA University, and it is said that again by the same year 2025, the first 3D printed car will be on the road. So I don't actually have to go to a shop to buy to Proton or Perodua or Mercedes or BMW or Honda or a Hyundai, because I would have 3D printed cars. Probably Dr. Iman's team may start making 3D printed cars as well. The first 3D printed car automobile entirely produced is expected 2025. The same year, we expect 90% of the world population to have a smartphone. Now, what does this mean? It means 90% of the world's population will have internet, which is amazing, isn't it? At this point, there are many universities where they don't have internet. They're actually connecting for their classes through hotspot. So this will actually give a good solution to those who actually don't have internet, and they can actually use mobile data almost in any part of the world. Again, in McKinsey, one of the articles I was reading actually was an interesting story about an African gold mine where they used data from sensors by which they identified the oxygen levels during leaching in the mine. In the bottom, you actually you dig deeper to get gold, the ore, which is converted to ore. So using their data from sensors, they were able to find out that the oxygen levels were different. And once they fixed the oxygen levels, they were able to increase the yield of their gold mining by at least 50 million, more than 50 million. I don't exactly remember the number, but I know it's more than 50 million US dollars annually. So what does this mean? This means that you can use data from sensors. We don't have to send a person down there to analyze it. All we need is sensors. 20 years ago, it was always a proud moment for a person to buy an expensive watch, a normal watch with hands, with needles, Rolex, Omega, or Tissot. It was always a proud moment, and it was a life's fantasy for anybody to actually own a Rolex watch. But now nobody wants a Rolex watch. All they need is a simple IoT device, which is a smartwatch like an Apple Watch, by which you are connected to the internet. You have multiple sensors. So what you have in a watch is like having sensors on an ECG, on an EEG. It actually detects your pulse. It detects your temperature. It detects the number of calories that you have burnt, the amount of time that you have slept. And you go back home and you feel that you want to charge the watch. I heard yesterday that it takes once charged, the watch lasts for 8 days. So that is amazing. You can actually have a device that tracks you for 8 days without charging. And when you go home, all you have to do is wait for Google to tell you what's in store for the rest of the evening, your schedule. And the next morning, Google wakes you up by calculating your travel distance and telling that there's a jam on the way. So your travel is 58 minutes and it's going to rain on the way. And all this, ladies and gentlemen, is artificial intelligence. And AI is not just about anything artificial that eats into us, but it is a predictive analysis. Now, everything in the phone is about apps which predicts our health aspects based on our cholesterol level or blood sugar level. It would actually even foretell if you can get a heart attack or a seizure or even a stroke. So all this, ladies and gentlemen, is AI and automation. And as much as Dr. Iman said, I may be able to tell you about the medical aspect. More than the medical aspect, it is the engineers and the engineering aspect who feed us all with all this wonderful technology. So without engineers, we are nothing. I'm sure you all know that McKinsey has said that another couple of years, 25% of the global force will be replaced by machines, which means millions of jobs will be lost, which also means stories that we saw 30 years ago, like Star Wars, may come true. We have robots everywhere, we don't have humans. Or stories like the Terminator, where cyborgs gradually rule us, may come true. So, how do we handle things? The future is all about how we work with robots and how we change our mental dynamics on working with people, working with robots, robotics, AI, and automation. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's conference, I understand, has very interesting topics, and we have about nearly 50 papers. And I'm happy to see that we are keeping abreast with IR 4.0 related issues. I think we should make a small correction. It is no more an industrial revolution, it is Industry 4.0. So, I would like to extend my congratulations to Dr. Iman and his a team of wonderful members who are managing to actually generate 3 conferences every year. This is an amazing job. And lastly, I would actually like to thank all your participants in participating in our conference and making it a grand success. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank Okay, so next we have our keynote sessions. Keynote speech is going to be delivered by Young Borusher, Professor Rosaida Ghazali. So let me read about the bio. Okay, so Prof. Rosaida Ghazali, a professor at the Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology, University Tun Hussein Own Malaysia, UTHM. She graduated with a degree in higher organization order neural networks from the School of Computing, Mathematical Science at Liverpool John Moores University, United Kingdom. Earlier, in 2003, she completed Liverpool John Moores University. Earlier in 2003, she completed her Master Science degree in Computer Science from University Technology Malaysia (UTM). She received her Master's Honours degree in Computer Science from University Science Malaysia (USM) in 1997. Rosida joined the academic staff in UTM. The research area includes neural networks, swarm intelligence, optimization, data mining, and time series prediction. She has supervised a number of PhD and master students to successful completion and has published more than 150 referred papers in top venues and conferences. She has also served as an editor for Springer Book Series, a steering committee and technical committee for numerous conference. She has led more than 15 research projects, investigator under UTHM, Ministry of Education and Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation Malaysia. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Yang Berusaha Professor Rosaida Ghazali with the title Advanced Neural Network Models, Prediction and Classifications Task. Please welcome, Prof.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you for the introduction, Miss Noor Farahain. Can everyone hear my voice clearly? Okay, I have uploaded my slide. Okay, so can you hear my voice? Can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Rohaida,
Can you?
yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, okay, thank you everyone. Actually, it's heavy raining here in Batu Pahat. I hope the network is okay. If the line is not so okay, maybe I will off my camera, all right? Okay, thank you for the introduction again. I hope that everyone is doing well and in good health today. First of all, thank you to MAHSA University for the invitation to MI-IRICT 2022, and especially to Prof. Sri Kumar Chakravarti and Dr. Iman Farshi, and also Prof. Abdul Aziz, and also to the Secretariat. So the title of my talk today will be Time Series Prediction and Classification with Advanced Neural Networks. I'm from UTHM and my research area concentrates on machine learning and optimization. I focus a lot on data classification and time series prediction and also on pattern recognition. Okay. So okay, just a little bit about UTHM. Okay, we are a technical university from among the 20 public university in Malaysia, located in Batu Pahat, Johor. So a very peaceful place to study, and the enrollment of student is about 20,000, with our alumni around 55,000. And we have 120 academic programs offered by 8 faculties ranging from diploma study, bachelor degree, master and PhD. All right, so this is the outline of my keynote today. All these approaches, okay, I focus on neural networks with some variant models, advanced models on neural networks in this talk. And obviously, all this approach can be applied and used for IR 4.0, providing that we have the data, no matter the data come from sensors, data loggers, string database, or etc. So neural networks. Okay. Perhaps most of you know already what is neural network. So just a brief introduction about neural network here. So neural network is actually a computational model, okay, inspired by the way we human process information in our brain, okay, where each neuron here, you know, is interconnected to each other in the process, similar to the process of human brain. So in our brain, actually, there exists here miles of axon or wire in every cubic centimeter of the brain. So, and similar to the brain, neural network here also have a massively parallel distributed processor, which made up of simple processing unit that store experiential knowledge. So with these powerful capabilities of neural network, they can provide suitable and best solutions for problems that highly nonlinear, high dimensionality, very noisy and complex problem. So it can also be used to various applications, okay, such as prediction, classification, data association, pattern, image, voice recognition, detection, image compression, data clustering, and many, many more, as long as we have the data. All right. So this is a standard model of a neural network, which called multi-layer perceptron because it has many layers here. It is widely used actually because this is being used as a benchmark and a baseline approach to compare with. So the basic components, as shown here, we have layers of nodes. This is input nodes, hidden nodes, and output nodes. So each of all these nodes is connected to each other through these weighted links, all right? So this is the basic structure of a standard neural network. So the data, if we have the data is presented here at the input layer and fed to the next layer until to the output layer. And then the error is calculated and we will pass the error signal backward from output layer back to the hidden, back to the input node. And through this process, the weights value here is tuned and is fine, is adjusted. This is how neural network learn the data through adjustment of all these weights. So this will be repeated for many, many times until the network fully learn the problem or learn the data. Okay, these are different architecture of neural networks, ranging from standard neural network to recurrent type neural network, deep learning, and many more. So we can see here they look very complex and highly parallel nodes with which connection, but actually they look complex, but they can easily solve any complex and high nonlinear problem. Okay, some examples of real applications of neural networks, which also much related to the solution for IR 4.0. This one here on the top left, this is about a neural network when used to classify house numbers and street view images. Okay, and this one to recognize abnormalities in medical images, and this is recognizing Chinese characters. Okay, recognizing Chinese characters and traffic signs here, and detecting emotion or face emotion detection, and this one for medical image analysis, and this is recognizing moving objects on the road. This is for face recognition. This is time series prediction. This is thumbprint recognition. This is character recognition. And this is NASA, used by NASA. They use neural network for flight control system. And this is, they use neural network to distinguish black grass from wheat. Okay, so practically neural network can be used for all kinds of problem, providing that we have sufficient data, because we need to train the neural network for them to learn and build a model. Okay, that's on the brief introduction about neural network. So how neural network can be used for time series and data classification. My slide here will focus on these two tasks, prediction and classification. But anyways, as I mentioned, neural network can be used for many other tasks, object pattern recognition, clustering, anomalies detection, and so on. So let's look at data classification first. So the purpose of classification is to categorize. You see here, categorize or to organize or to differentiate data into number of different groups or classes. Okay. For example, here we have a number of ice creams. So using neural network, it can classify all the data here, the ice cream data into different categories. Okay, we pass the input, we have the model here, and it will produce the output. So some of common classification tasks using neural network, for example, assigning group to spam or non-spam emails, classifying cells whether they are cancerous or non-cancerous, classifying diabetic or non-diabetic patient based on their symptoms, or classifying credit card transaction whether they are fraudulent or not. So other than neural network, okay, we can use neural network for all this. Other than neural network, other machine learning algorithm can also be used for this purpose. For example, support vector machine, logistic, decision tree, naive Bayes, random forest, KNN, and many more. Okay, that is on classification. What is time series prediction? Okay, time series prediction, time series itself, okay, the signal itself is found in many disciplines. Okay, example of time series is like a stock, closing price, exchange rate. That is on financial time series. On physically observed time series, for example, temperature, sunspot, river flow, wave magnitude, rainfall amount. So these time series, they can be collected in timely order, whether in second, minutes, hour, month, or yearly. So most of time series signals, they are very difficult to forecast because they consist of non-linear, complex, and chaotic patterns. Okay, the up and down and the fluctuations. So simply said, time series prediction is to predict some unknown future values. So there are a huge challenge actually in time series prediction, but neural network can manage with the prediction. This is example here. This is the model here. We have the time series signal here. So we're going to take let's say five data points here from one input window, pass to the input nodes, let the neural network produce the output. We calculate the error, we pass back the error. So in this case, this is the predicted values. Maybe we want to predict the next week or next month or next day or next hours and so on. All right, that is on time series prediction using neural network. So what's the difference actually between prediction and classification when we use neural network? So prediction, okay, on the left here is prediction. Prediction, at the output layer, we have one node because in this example, we want to predict temperature, okay? Given this data, we have 5 attributes here, wind speed, solar radiation, and a lot more here. This will be used as the input at the input layer, and the output is we want to know what is the future values of the temperature. Okay, so we just have one output node. Compared to classification, let's say we have this data set. Okay, this is a iris data set, a very popular data set. We want to classify this iris data set into 3 different classes. Okay, iris setosa, versicolor, virginica. So in that case, we need to have 3 output nodes at the output layer. So that's the difference. For classification, the number of output nodes depends on the number of classes. Okay, for the problem, and also for the prediction, the output values must be in continuous or real values. For classification, the output value must be in a discrete or categorical or nominal values. So imagine if we have data like this, all are numbers, okay? Imagine if we have like 100 columns or attribute, and we have 10,000 instances, 10,000 rows. We, as a human, using our naked eye, can we tell, can we estimate, or can we give the value here? The predicted value, or can we categorize the data set into these classes? If we have like 100 times 1,000 data set, obviously impossible for us human to give the answer for this. But to machine learning, to neural network, it is easy. Okay, using certain algorithm, using the best architecture that we can design, we can let the model to be trained and learn the problem, and they can be generalized and give the best answer on the unseen data set. All right, this is one simple project using standard neural network, using multi-layer perceptron to predict the earthquake magnitude using a standard neural network. This is just a bachelor degree project, so they just use a standard neural network. So we can see here the prediction is not it's not really good, using standard neural network. The blue and red line here, they are not really fit to each other. They are gap here. So the blue and red line here is for predicted and actual values. Okay, you see there are gaps, between the two lines, which leads to quite huge prediction error. So how are we going to deal with this limitation of the standard neural network model? So that's why we have incorporated a few things to the standard neural network. Okay, so we call it an advanced modules of neural network. So we have researched on many ways how to improve the standard neural network. First, by incorporating the high order terms in the networks. Second, by incorporating the feedback connection, and then incorporating swarm optimization. And also we can use deep learning neural network. Okay. So as we know, neural network, they have many strengths, which I have explained earlier. At the same time, they also have several weaknesses and limitations. For example, they usually require large image. Sometimes they need long training time, and they can converge to local minima and so on. So that's one of the reasons researchers keep, doing research to extend, to enhance, to improve the standard, whatever model that exists right now. So because of those limitations of standard neural network model, many research have been done to improve, and those improvements that being done actually to combat the weakness and to achieve this purpose. I guess to me, any research in machine learning, when they do, this is the goal actually. Either to reduce the model complexity, either to reduce the processing time, or to efficiently optimize the parameters, or to efficiently optimize the model architecture, or to reduce the dimensionality of the data, or to improve the performance in terms of reduce error, in terms of increase accuracy, and so on. So when we do research, of course, we cannot achieve all these goals at once. So maybe we can focus on 2 or 3, okay? What we wanted to achieve using certain model that we plan to improve. Okay, so, all right. So then the first one, we will look at how to incorporate higher order terms in a standard neural network. So how we do this? So this is again the standard neural network, which is called multi-layer perceptron, right? So you see here, multi-layer perceptron, they have at least 2 layers here. The red lines here, they are tunable or trainable weights. These weights, they store information or knowledge, and they need to be trained and adjusted in every epoch, in every iteration. So due to this multi-layer structure, this results in a large number of hidden nodes and all the weights here, weights connection. So because of this, each layer need to be trained. and this involves computational costs. So it involves computational cost because we need to multiply, we need to sum everything, in computing the output and in adjusting the weights. So it will take time, and sometimes it's stuck in local minima. Okay, so we propose the use of neural network to improve the performance of standard neural network. So what is higher order neural networks? Because MLP, the problem with the multi-layer structure, and they are high computationally complex, so they need more time to be trained. Therefore, we explore this type of neural network, higher order neural network, or I call it HORN. So HORN is actually a network that utilize higher order terms to expand their input space into higher dimensional space. So, and this higher dimensional space makes a linear separability possible, okay? And at the same time, it reduces the complexity of the network. So different than multi-layer perceptron in the previous slide, we only have summing unit, but for higher order neural network, we also have product unit, okay? This is product unit, and here the product unit at the output layer. So because of the product unit, it can increase the information capacity in the network, okay? And again, if you see here, for higher order neural network, they only have one layer of red lines, which means they only have one layer of weights that need to be trained or need to be tuned. Okay, compared to multi-layer perceptron, we have multi-layer of weights to be tuned. Higher order neural network, they look complex, but we only need to train this one layer of weights. So therefore, obviously, it can reduce a lot in terms of the training time and network complexity. Okay. So the significant properties of higher order neural network, it is simple. It is simple in the architecture because we only have one layer of weight to be trained, and we have more information in the network. We can reduce the complexity, therefore it can be trained faster and converge faster. Okay, as a result, the representational power of high order terms in HORN can help solving complex problem with the construction of significantly smaller network size, while at the same time maintaining the same accuracy. This is high order neural networks. Next, we also can incorporate a feedback connection in the neural network. Let's see, what is a feedback connection? Why we need feedback connection in a neural network? Okay, before we proceed to feedback connection in neural network, let's see what is dynamic system first. So all the neural networks that I explained previously, they use static mapping, okay, of input-output vectors. Anyways, in real world application, when we deal with time series, they exhibit dynamic behavior or properties, okay? Time series itself, their inherent nonlinearity and their behavior is related to some past input on which the present input depends. So therefore, time series, they require explicit treatments of dynamic, okay, in the signal itself. Okay, so to overcome the problem associated with neural network when used for time series forecasting, we need to have a recurrent or feedback connection in the model. So feedback connection in neural network is where the network output produced by past input are fed back and can affect the processing of future inputs. Okay, so in general, recurrent neural network with feedback, they have a memory of the previous or past inputs, which can be used to process the current inputs. So with this, it allows the network to have knowledge of the past behavior and use them to process the current information. Okay, this is the first model that we developed, which this model combine the properties of higher order neural network and also recurrent architecture, recurrent structure. Okay. As you can see here, the output at y t plus 1, the error of this output at y t plus 1 is passed back. Okay, this is recurrent or feedback, is passed back to the input layer. So this feedback connection, okay, introduced by feeding back the network error which are produced by the past input in order to affect the processing of future inputs. Okay, this same like us as humans, sometimes we want to make a decision, we need to use our previous experience. Okay, we use our previous experience to decide on the current situation. So same thing here, for the network to process the current input, it need the experience or memory of previous output at previous time step. So because of these properties that we induce in the network, it become a powerful combination because it combine both higher order terms here, the pi sigma here, the pi sigma and the product unit, and also we embed the recurrent connection to the network. So we use this network for the prediction of evaporation, humidity, and wind direction data taken from Malaysian Meteorological Department on 3 data sets here. Okay, so we measure the performance of the model based on the SNR and MSE. As you can see here, it measures here higher SNR using the proposed model, the blue one, which means that the information contained in the signal are higher compared to the background noise. And this one on the error, the proposed model produce lower error rate compared to baseline approach. Okay, this is the signal, the plot where we plot the original signal and the predicted signal. So if you can see here, okay, the two lines here between the actual and the predicted signal, they are very close. Okay, between the target and the actual, they are very close and almost overlapping each other. Okay, almost overlapping each other, and this proves that the network which have dynamic properties, they have greater information capacity. They can map the time series signals very well. So the next model which also use higher order terms and recurrent feedback is dynamic rich polynomial neural network. So this model, we extend the standard model. The standard model is rich polynomial neural network. We extend the standard model by adding this feedback connection again. Okay, feedback connection. And then why we call it dynamic here? Why dynamic? Because the network here, they can grow naturally by increasing the PSSN block here. So we have here PSNN order 1, PSN order 2, PSNN order 3, and we can grow this network naturally depending on the problem that we are tackling at that time. Okay, so that's why we call it dynamic. So again, this network, similar to the previous slide, they use recurrent here where they pass back the output of previous time step to be used together with the inputs at current time step. So we use this network for prediction of financial time series data. Okay, where for example here we use IBM closing price. We have many exchange rate here, for example, British pound to euro dollar, British pound to US, Japanese yen to euro, Japanese yen to dollar, and so on. So this is real time, this is real data taken from Thomson Reuters time series data system. So we predict what is the next 5-day closing price, okay, of all these signals. Okay, we predict the next 5-day closing price. Well, actually, financial forecasting is a difficult task. Why? Due to the complexity of the financial system itself. while many other time series, they can be approximated with quite high degree of accuracy. But financial time series, they are among the most difficult signals to be analyzed and predicted, because the stock market itself, they are affected by many highly interrelated economic, political, and even psychological factors. And these factors, they interact with each other in a very complex fashion. That's why market research is not easy actually. That's why we need a neural network which have feedback connection, which also have high order term to tackle this problem. Okay. And again, network with feedback connection. Why we need the feedback connection? Because when deal with financial time series, today's closing price is affected by yesterday's closing price, and today's closing price also can affect tomorrow's closing price. So this network obviously very suitable to deal with this time series data, where we can we can make the feedback connection in the network. So the results here in the red box here is our proposed model, DRPNN. In most cases, it shows the advantages in capturing the chaotic movement in financial time series, and they make improvement in the profit. So when dealing with financial time series data, we do not just measure the error, the accuracy. No, we also need to measure how good the model in making profit. Okay, so that's why we calculate here the analyzed return, maximum drawdown, volatility, correct directional change, and so on. And we also tested this model on Mackay-Glass series. Mackay-Glass series is actually generated from Mackay-Glass time delay differential equation, in which the equation they have delay between production, maturation, and release into bloodstream of cells. So the results, this is the results on actual versus predicted. There are two lines here actually, red and blue, but we can hardly see the difference between these two lines, because they are really overlapping to each other, which means that the network can make a very good prediction. Okay, and this is the histogram of error signal, and we can also see here that the error distribution mostly concentrate or approaching on zero, which means the most of the prediction have very, very minimal error approaching to zero. And this is the convergence of the neural network. Okay, so this superior performance of network with high order terms and recurrent feedback is actually attributed to the natural mechanism of the incremental network growth and the well-regulated structure. And with the recurrent connection, the network output, again, they do not only depend on the initial values, but they also depends on the previous, on the entire history of the system inputs. Okay, that's on incorporating high order terms and feedback connection in standard neural network model. Other than that, we can also use the advantage properties of swarm optimization algorithm to overcome the limitation of standard neural network. All right, swarm intelligence. So this example of swarms or agent or particles that naturally exist, okay, in around us. So swarm intelligence is actually, they get inspiration from the collective behavior of insects or swarm of bees, or ants or termites, wolf here, fish, flocking of birds or fireflies here. Okay, so this collective behavior is shown by the swarm of individuals when they forage for food or reproduction or living and division of important tasks among themselves. So they communicate with each other, and they also communicate with the environment. So researchers in machine learning, they have studied this area, and they develop many algorithms. They exist actually hundreds or maybe thousands of different types of swarm intelligent algorithm, which mimic the collective behavior of all these swarms. So we have many algorithms. Let's say this one is called ant colony algorithm, which associate with the amount of pheromones that the ant produce, okay, when they're looking for food. This is good to be used for finding the shortest distance, okay, finding the shortest distance. And this is ABC algorithm, ABC algorithm, which is associates with the amount of honey when the bees are looking for. And then this is firefly algorithm. Firefly algorithm, they use the light intensity, which to be associated with the objective function. And this is bat algorithm. Bat algorithm, they navigate and find the insect prey using their echolocation. Okay, and down here is a gray wolf algorithm. So the principles imitate the behavior of a gray wolf in nature when they hunt in a cooperative way. And down here is whale. Okay, whale optimization algorithm. This algorithm is inspired by the bubble net hunting strategy of humpback whale. So there are many other swarm intelligence. This is very interesting topic to be covered, to be explored, if you can, or if you can hybrid or use this algorithm to for your Indus IR 4.0 solution to optimize many things, optimize the parameters and many things. So the first model that we use artificial bee colony algorithm to train the neural network. Okay, so this research actually intend to improve the network training by using the ABC swarm, okay, algorithm, replacing the standard algorithm in neural network. So ABC here, they're inspired by the natural behavior of honeybees when they search for their food source. So the nectar amount here is associated with the fitness values of optimization function. As we can see here, there are three agents of bees here: scout bee, onlooker bee, employed bee. So each of these bee, they have their own task. You know, they have their own task. Like this bee, it will dance, you know, around the hive. With the dancing, it gives some information to the employed bee and to the scout bee. So very interesting. Actually, each one of this group, they have different tasks in finding the best nectar amount. So based on the behavior of their of these insects, so they come, scientists come with this algorithm called artificial bee colony.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Sorry. Okay, so we use ABC to train the standard MLP for earthquake time series prediction, okay, for earthquake time series prediction, and also to predict the water level height, okay. Again, this is the results, okay, measure on MSE, NMSE, and SNR, and it outperformed the benchmark, the baseline approach that is MLP trained with standard backpropagation. Okay, other than ABC, we also use cuckoo search algorithm. Okay, cuckoo search algorithm. So cuckoo search algorithm is actually inspired by cuckoo bird. You know, cuckoo bird when with their breeding behavior. So cuckoo bird actually, they lay their eggs. Okay, they lay their eggs in the nest of other species host birds. Okay, and the female parasite cuckoos, they can mimic either the color, okay, either the color, or they mimic the pattern of the eggs, okay, of the chosen host species. Very interesting. So because they can mimic the color or the pattern, this will reduce the probability of the eggs being recognized and abundant, and therefore it can increase their reproductivity. So in this case, the host can abandon the egg or the nest and building a new nest in a new place. So for this algorithm, the solutions are represented by the egg in the nest. Okay, so we use this algorithm to to initialize the weights in our model in functional link neural network. This is also a type of higher order neural network. So we use cuckoo search algorithm to initialize the weight and also to update the weights in the network. So we replace the standard algorithm. The standard algorithm mainly researchers use like Leeuwenhoek algorithm, backpropagation algorithm, but this time we use swarm intelligence to update and to initialize the weights. We use the network, the model for ozone and temperature time series prediction. Okay, while so we compare with the standard model as we can see here, the results here in the red circle, FLNN MCS proven to be effective. Okay, compared to other network, they produce reduce prediction error with fast conversion rate. Okay, with the use of swarm intelligence approach also, it helped the network to start the learning process near to the optimum solution, since we initialize the weight using cuckoo search and then train the FLN with MCS. So this is another result on the temperature and also on the ozone. Okay, so the advantage of using swarm intelligence is that we don't need to initialize the weight randomly, so from the beginning, from scratch. So swarm intelligence, in this case cuckoo search, they can start the network with a new weight that is near to the optimum, because using swarm intelligence, they will find the best solution from a pool of candidate. Okay, we have a pool of candidate. So there are thousands of candidates, for example. So swarm intelligence will try to find the best candidate out of one pool of good candidate. So the next one is a deep learning algorithm. Okay, deep learning algorithm on the last one. This is the most advanced types of neural network. Okay, in UTHM, for example, the trend now in my faculty, students, postgraduate students, everyone when submit the proposal, everyone want to do deep learning neural network, deep learning neural network. Okay, so what's interesting about this deep learning neural network? Okay, the word deep, okay, the word deep in deep learning actually refers to the layered model architectures, which are usually they are deeper than conventional neural network. Okay, they have many layers. One of the popular deep learning is CNN. Okay, CNN, there is a convolutional neural network which usually used for image pattern object recognition. So deep learning, the short answer for deep learning is which means using a neural network with several layers of nodes between input and output. So there are many layers, many hidden layers in between input and output. So the series of layers between this input and output, they perform feature identification and processing in a series of stages. Okay. So how this work? Okay, like this. Okay, deep learning. Okay. So you can see here, this is the difference between traditional neural network or traditional machine learning compared to deep learning. Okay, traditional machine learning or traditional model, they use handcraft features. Okay, and they use handcraft features. They need another technique to do feature selection or feature extraction. Okay, to pre-process the data, they need another technique aside from the aside from the classifier itself. So they need to extract the features first. Once they extract the features, then they pass to the classifier. Assume that this is the neural network, the standard neural network. So this one need to be done first. But for deep learning, everything is done by the deep learning itself. Okay, we don't need the handcrafted features. Okay, so the feature extraction part will be tackled by the deep learning itself. So deep learning algorithm, it attempt to learn multiple level of data representation by using a hierarchy of multiple layers. Okay, So this is the good thing about deep learning, where we don't need to do this part outside the model itself. Many types of deep learning actually exist. The most popular, I think, CNN, convolutional neural network, deep residual networks, long short-term memory, recurrent neural network is also a type of deep learning, deep belief network, autoencoders, gated recurrent, and many more. So each of these, they have their own specialty and strength. Uh, if you heard of the terms no free lunch theorem, okay? No free lunch theorem means there's no algorithm, no technique that best suited to every problems. So maybe tackling this problem is best to use this model. Another data set may be best to be applied with this model. So we cannot say that CNN can tackle all types of data. CNN is best to be used for object pattern recognition. It need a lot of data, but if we have not so many data, maybe GRU is much better. So there is the meaning of no free lunch theorem means that there's no single model that can perfectly solve all kinds of problems. Every model, they have their own strength and limitations. That's why in some research, we try to find limitation, for example, limitation of this, and then we find a strength of these, for example, then we want to hybrid these two models. We take the advantage of this model and embed in this model in order to overcome the limitation of this model. So that's how hybridization of model works, okay? By taking the advantage of one model to limit the weakness of certain model. So we use this deep learning. This is also one of the final year project for flower image recognition using deep learning. So for image recognition, we actually we program the machine to see like human. Okay, we let the machine see like human, so they can recognize the flowers in this algorithm that we develop. So we pass I think about 20 we have a total of more than 1,000. We have a total of more than 9,000 flower images in database, and we train it with the neural network and let the neural network to classify the type of flower into 21 different species here. So it can accurately, I think the accuracy is more than 95%. We can accurately classify and give the name of the flowers from more than 9,000 flower images using deep neural network. Another type of neural network that we use is gated recurrent unit. Okay, this one we use for text classification problem. Gated recurrent unit. So GRU is actually it combines both RNN and deep learning, because GRU here you can see we have the input of previous time step also, and this is the deep learning architecture here. So deep learning, GRU is the advanced model of LSTM, long short-term memory network. So LSTM, it has 3 gates, okay, input, output, forget. Meanwhile, GRU, it has 2 gates only, that is reset and update, okay. So this GRU model, they use gate mechanism, to process the information. So we use for text classification, okay, using this network. We use on on about 7 different data there. So text classification is actually known as text tagging or text categorization, where we categorize the text into organized group. Okay, so data set that we use here is actually to categorize the news data set, movie reviews, for example here Amazon customer reviews or sentiment analysis. So based on the reviews from the customers, from the customers. For example, we analyze their reviews, and then we can categorize whether the reviews have positive or negative impact, and so on. So again, the results here shows that the proposed model, which combine recurrent architecture and deep learning architecture, they give the best results among all. And the last model is we use CNN, Center Symmetric Local Binary, CNN, for bilingual handwritten recognition. Okay, this is handwriting recognition. Actually, they have been used in many applications, such as searching a number in large volume documents. Okay, for automatic sorting of postal mail and many more. So in this case, in this research, some language they use universal language, example English and Arabic and Spanish. So this language they are considered as second language in some countries. So most of their document they have bilingual text in the document. For example, in Arabic countries, most public and government documents, they are typed in written bilingual form, mix of Arabic and English. So in this work, we concern with using on offline image, Arabic and English language. So we use three data set. That is this one, minis and HD base, and this one is the combination of English and Arabic. Okay, to recognize, when we write in a form, sometimes the handwriting is very atrocious. We cannot recognize, is this A, is it 1, is it 2, is it 5? So it's not easy to recognize bad handwriting. So this is an example of the form, okay, of the original form for this research from one of the document in Arabic organization. As you can see in this form here, this is an example of filling and opening bank account. Okay, filling and opening bank account. This one using the customer fill in using all Arabic, even though the form is in the combination of English and Arabic, but the customer fill in using Arabic. This is an example of the customer filling the form using all English. Okay. And this is an example of the customer filling the same form using combination of Arabic and English. So this model, we use this model to distinguish or to recognize the letter, because sometimes they didn't write properly. So it's hard to recognize, is this number 4, is this number 5, and so on. So our next project is actually, we try to use GRU and LSTM for the prediction of domestic solid waste and landfill size estimation. This one, this is a new grant, a new project that we got from Ministry of Science, MOSTI. So we're going to predict the number of collected domestic solid waste at landfill sites, and then from that we will estimate the land size area, okay, for next month, for next year, and so on. And also we also work on the multi-angle audio-visual speech recognition using RNN and deep learning. And we also work on GRU, this is deep learning model for cardiovascular disease classification, and we work on CNN for product recommendations. So all these are related to IR 4.0 actually, and so conclusion and open research, open future research. So perhaps we can also apply horns in other application areas. There are many application areas providing that we have the data, we can use a horn, okay, and we can also combine or hybridize horn with other machine learning model, with SVM, with fuzzy logic, with random forest, and so on. We can also use feedback error or output feedback on deep learning models, okay. We can also hybridize form algorithm with deep learning models. So there are many actually research can be done by hybridizing or adding the advantage of certain model to limit the weaknesses of other models, and so on. So conclusion, neural network for time series and data classification. So whatever project that we do, basically the purpose is same. Okay, we want to reduce the model complexity, or we want to reduce the processing time, or we want to speed up the training process. Okay, to efficiently optimize the parameters. Imagine in the industry, for example, we have many parameters to be optimized in the machine. So we can use swarm intelligence to optimize, to find the best parameter for that machine. Okay, and then to improve the model performance, to increase the accuracy, to increase the profit, to reduce the time, and to reduce the error. All right. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Prof, for that keynote speech. I hope all will be benefit by this. We humbly appreciate your presence and sharing knowledge with us. Is the e-certificate that we prepare as our appreciation to you. This e-certificate will be sent to you after the ceremony.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Prof. Yeah, welcome. And I hope we meet again in future. Thank you very much.
I hope everyone can benefit from my talk, and yeah, can for the IR 4.0, you can apply all any of the techniques. Okay, thank you again for the organizer, for the secretariat, for everyone.
Okay, Prof. Hope to see you maybe face to face. All right. Thank you. And now we go to the next keynote session. This keynote speech is going to be delivered by Yang Borsher, Dr. Gunaseka Tanggarasu. Dr. Gunaseka is currently working as a head of Department for Professional Driven Education Pride programs at MAHSA Academy. He received his PhD in this field for information technology at University Technology Petronas, and he received qualifications from Bharathidasan University, India. He has been working in the capacity of a reviewer for renowned journals. His research interests include knowledge management with data mining techniques such as artificial neural network, fuzzy logic techniques, and algorithms. He has published in 20 journals, which includes Scopus and ISI. Besides, he has also attended more than 25 international conferences. He has worked 3 years as a senior lecturer cum program leader for master science programs, software engineering, software management, and computer networking in the Department of Postgraduate Studies and Professional Developments at Lim Kok Wing University. With the experience gained as a lecturer cum program coordinator since 2003, he has involved in the establishment, development of new curriculum, providing professional training and supervision in various areas of computing and information technology. Hence, he has received the Best Lecturer Award twice during his lecture as an academician. He has vast experience in software development, including using the latest technology tools such as ASP, ASP.NET Family, PHP, Java, our programming, Microsoft Azure, and Python. So without further ado, Doctor, please welcome for your keynote speech with the title Next Generation AI Opportunities and Scope. Please welcome.
Okay, good morning, Miss Tara. Thank you very much for inviting me for this speech. I would like to thank you for the organizations organizer for this conference. Okay, let's start with our topic, Next Generation AI Opportunities and Scope. So, why we want to talk about artificial intelligence nowadays, and everywhere there is a talk about artificial intelligence and technologies, future opportunities and scope. So, this topic mainly covered artificial intelligence introduction, trends, technology, applications, where we are using all these kind of informations. Okay, I think my slide is not sharing yet. 1 minute. Mm, yeah, my slides. Can you see my slide? No, right? Can you see my slide? Hello, Miss. Can you see my slide?
Yes, I can see the slides, Doctor. It's
Okay,
very
okay.
clear.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, before we talk about artificial intelligence, now what is the nature of data? What's going on in the real world, for our everyday life? You look at this nowadays, the data from various sources, like especially for the business organization, please, social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Flickr, Thumper. There are a lot of sources is available from IoT, Internet of Things, the machine producing lot of data every seconds, every minutes. So we are receiving huge number of data every day. So what we are going to do using these data, are we going to utilize or analyze properly for our decision making in our business? There is a big question mark. You look at this, the latest survey, 61% of managers believe that information is overloaded because we received a lot of information which we can't able to read or organize or properly analyze for the decision making. 80% of managers believe the situation will get worse. So in the later, maybe another 5 years, another 10 years, the information will be overloading every day. The situation will get worse. Over 50% of managers ignore the data current decision making process. They never bother about it. So whatever they have in their hand, whatever they can manage to analyze, only they do it. The remaining overloaded information or the extra information or the updated information they never use for the current decision making. 84% of managers stored the information for the future usage. It is not used for the current analysis. So this situation, if we maintain this kind of situation, so our decision may not be accurate. Maybe we have some decision that the decision may not be accurate. So what is the solution for this? So everyone, we need to move on to the artificial intelligence. So that is the only choice. The real world, the knowledge has unwelcomed because the people already they are bored about the lot of informations. So what they need to do, the information is going to be unimaginable. There is no space in the computer, there is no space in the mobile gadgets, or there is no space in the hard disk or secondary storage devices. So we are going into cloud computing systems. So there is one kind of artificial intelligence technology or industrial 4.0 implementation. We move on to the cloud computing system. Not well organized. The data is not well organized because the data is coming from different sources, different formats, and it keeps changing constantly. So 9 o'clock there is one information, it's 10 o'clock afternoon, at night the information is constantly keep changing. So we don't know which one is the correct information or which one is exactly for the updated information. So the only things we need to use for artificial intelligence to manage all those struggles. So be perceived by the people who provide it. If we use the artificial intelligence to organize the data with perceivable by the people who really used it or provided, should be modified at the correct errors. If there is any errors, missing errors, the information is not updated on times. Some kind of information, there is some of kind of typing errors or there is some kind of receiving errors also is possible through the IoT machines. So we need to correct the errors. It should be useful for in many situations. So then only we can use the data, analyze the data to take our business decision making for everyday business. So the artificial revolutions will reach the extreme level by 2029. So in another 8 to 9 years, so artificial intelligence will reach the maximum level. So that means everywhere, every places should be artificial intelligence. So what is meant by artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is not there alone. There is a separate tool, a separate software, or separate mechanism. It is the branch of computer science, and it creating for the intelligent machines that work and react like a human. So what the human being doing everyday life? So the same thing mimic the machines to do the same things. So it will be a combination of many things. It's not only the programming, it's not only the coding, it's not only the language. It's artificial intelligence is combination of logical reasoning, presentation of knowledge, planning, general intelligence, natural language processing, perceptions, and many more. It will be combined up. So many other elements or techniques included in the artificial intelligence. So, for example, in our daily life, the spam email filters, face recognition, automation, autonomous vehicles. These are the things we are seeing every day. How it is working, how it is doing process by itself without human intervention. So, because of these artificial intelligence techniques. Then where we are using, every people talking about artificial intelligence, are we are using in our day-to-day life? Are we using in our daily routine lives? Yes, we are using many places, but many people will not recognize yet where we are using artificial intelligence, especially for smartphones, security surveillance missions, social media platforms, navigations, GPS, every day we are using. Then e-commerce applications, banking and finance sectors for using the fraud detections, the financial calculations, the banking loan systems, everything. Autonomous vehicles, smart homes. So everywhere we are using the IoT devices to connect with our homes, to operate from our house, electrical things from everywhere in the world, right? So especially for the healthcare, education, autonomous business, travel industry, social medias, agriculture, banking. So all the places we are already using artificial intelligence started already, but in the future is going to be many more places we are going to use it. Look at this artificial. Is it new? But it is not actually new. The first artificial intelligence is started in 1950 by Mervyn Minkey and John McCarthy. So later they slowly coming into the next revolution, 1970s, 80s, until 1990s is not so big in the revolution period. So actually after 1990 or late 1990s only it started coming back with boomer to using everywhere. In 2000 to 2010, actually there is a growth success, lot of success using artificial intelligence. Then 2020 onwards is booming artificial intelligence era. Okay, now why we want to use artificial intelligence? What is the necessity of using? Because we have a lot of datas, lot of record sets. How we are going to make the process? So the computer process already we are using the maximum computational power, but still our computers need to keep upgrade. So we need the more computational powers. Another one, more data. We have a lot of data as mentioned earlier. So we have to use a lot of data to be processed and analyzed for our decisions. Better algorithms. We need a lot of algorithms because the conventional programming methods or the codings or algorithm is not going to be used for the future purpose or future data complexity of the problems. So another one is the broad investments. So everywhere they started implementing the investment about the artificial intelligence, because that is the only future is going to be happen in another 8 to 10 years. So in general, what are the different type of? There are many different type. There is narrow artificial intelligence and general. So what we are using now, we are using the narrow artificial intelligence. So we are using only for the specific purposes, fixed models, and learn from thousands of labeled examples like machine learning, deep learning, and all. The reflective task without understanding. So just repeating the same task. We are using artificial intelligence. Actually, the knowledge does not transfer to the other domains, but it will happen in the future in general artificial intelligence, maybe after 10 years in 2029. After that, it will be a lot of changes is going to be happening. So using for artificial intelligence to handling unstructured data. Mostly what we are using now, using the artificial intelligence data with structured data analysis, but later it will going to be the unstructured data going to handle it. So now, okay, why should I learn about it? Why should I understand about artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is really changing the world. It's going to be everywhere, wherever you see, wherever you talk, wherever you do. So everything going to be changed in the world, artificial intelligence. There have been more investment in artificial intelligence. A lot of countries, they already started, investment in artificial intelligence, like cloud computing, fundamental of artificial intelligence projects. They started many projects already all over the countries. The skill of the century, 30 million roles in the major sectors. The future will be all the jobs, most of the jobs is related to the artificial intelligence. The all AI related jobs are in demand, better career. Okay, so artificial intelligence, versatile field, stand out from the crowd. So whatever you are learning, whatever you are studying, whatever you have the skills or knowledge, you need to get update. So then only you can be stand out from the crowd. So more data. So for example, 2.5 quadrillion bytes every single day of the data. So we need to get ready for the processing of these data. Potential impact of society. So everyone using the mobiles, gadgets, so they already started using the artificial intelligence related applications, tools, improve disaster management. So disaster management, there is a big issues in the all over the world. So artificial intelligence machines is only going to handle this kind of problem. Then better user experience. So these are the reasons we must study artificial intelligence, learn, understand, and upskilling and reskilling. Whoever they are working in the industry, in the field already, still you need to upgrade by yourself. So you look at this, there are top 10 countries who are invested about artificial intelligence. The first place in China. Look at this, $150 billion. They already invested for doing the research and manufacture related tools and techniques about artificial intelligence. So in 2030, you can see artificial intelligence global leader by 2030 by China. So US, the next level is the US, giving competition for China with established technology cultures. But still, they are unclear about the AI future. But China is already, they have a very well planned what they are going to do using artificial intelligence. The next one is UK, $78 million to support robotic and artificial intelligence research. Then Canada, $125 million. Then Russia, a leader will rule the world. Actually, president of Russia saying that AI leader will rule the world. They are spending $12.5 million per annual. Transforming the traditional technology innovation is already Germany, of course, they are very leading, but artificial intelligence and quantum computing. Then Norway, Sweden, France, India. So these are the countries they already started investing about artificial intelligence research and product. Okay, now we come to artificial intelligence, where the places, the landscape they are using. You look at these major technologies where they are using. One is the knowledge based, so they are replacing all the knowledge based works by artificial intelligence, and biometric related works. That means more related to the IoT works. So knowledge based works, IoT based works, they are going to be replaced with artificial intelligence. Another one about the societal impact, like agriculture, they are everything moved into the machine oriented. So there is a less human contribution about the agriculture. Contribution to the health and medicine care. Other societal application like transportation, utilities, education. I think after the pandemic, we everyone we're ready to move into the digital mode. Societal, social services, smart cities. So everywhere they are using. Then major benefit ability to complete the task faster. Of course, the why we are using into the artificial intelligence, the task is going to make it very faster than the human being. Then consistency of the work. There is no in the human works there are a lot of inconsistency between one task to another task. But this one is going to make it as a consistency. Then continuous improvement in the project. When you take into the machine learning, especially machine learning and deep learning, we can do the continuous improvement from one iteration to another iteration. Then used by the predictive analysis, not only for the data can be used for the current analysis or business decision, it will be used for the future decision making. So what will be the another 2 years? What will be the another 5 years? What will be the another 10 years? We can predict it of the situation, predict it of the sales and demand in the future. So pattern recognitions and many more. Pattern recognition also is one kind of especially for the supermarkets, sales and demand industries, manufacturing industries, or food supplied industries. They are using the pattern recognition, where the people mostly like to buy the product, when they are like to product, how much is their economical level, who are the people able to buy, so what is their pattern, they can catch up very fast. When you look at this, human works under the cost of artificial intelligence work. Humanized works in the increase, the payment is, the cost of the work for the human work is increasing. But using artificial intelligence and robotics, it will keep reducing. So 2030, we can see everything will be using artificial intelligence. But if we use by the human being, it's very expensive. There is a too controversial level of humans and the machines. So you look at this, 87 percentage of agreed AI is better than the human. So this is what the people, the employers or the manufacturing sectors are analyzing sectors, the data analyzed sectors, they are agreed that nearly 90%, 87 to 90% is artificial intelligence. They have started to implement into their routine work than the humans. Okay, so artificial intelligence is it, as I mentioned in the beginning, it is not part of the one particular concept or particular techniques. It is the major. Maybe few people think that I'm from business, I'm from critical thinking, I'm from mathematics, I'm from science, statistician. So how, where, what is my contribution into the artificial intelligence? But this one is the combination of all. The artificial intelligence is the very big tree. In that big tree is the psychology, human factors, statisticians, so engineering. So all the places, wherever you are disciplined, whatever discipline you have it, still you can contribute into the artificial intelligence platform. Okay, so what are the different type of functionality? Functionality wise, there are four different type of artificial intelligence they are using. The reactive machines, limited memory, theory of mind, then self-awareness. So the first one is the reactive machines like spam filters or Netflix recommendations in the engine. When you are looking into the website, if any looking for any particular product or any particular books or any particular devices, you're looking for that, so whatever website you are going for in the later, maybe after a few days, so the search will coming into your advertisement as advertisement. So that is the recommendation of your product, your previous research. It will coming up and pop up in your whatever website you are going to look into that. So how they are going to be, it will be coming into your screen. So that is called reactive machines, artificial intelligence. Another one, self-driving cars, is automatically taking the decision making is based on the situations, based on the surroundings, based on the nearest peoples, based on the nearest object. Okay, so self-driving car is the limited capacity, limited memory capacity, but limited scope for doing the work. Self-driving cars. Another one is the theory of mind. So understand the human emotions, beliefs, able to interact with the human emotions. So this kind of artificial intelligence, it will be in the future. But currently we don't have this kind of mechanism applied into the artificial intelligence. But in the future, artificial intelligence is going to understand the human emotions, belief, and it can be able to interact with the humans. Then what is the future AI? Machine will be the super intelligence. This smarter than the human does not exist in reality, hypothetical concept. So we have that maybe after 2030, 2050, it will be the super specialist of artificial intelligence. It will take over by the human, but it is not in the realistically possible yet, but maybe the hypothetical concept believe that it will be happen in one day. Okay, so where are the artificial intelligence technologies where we can implement this artificial intelligence? You look at this here, the cognitive computer, machine learning, machine computer visions, robotics, knowledge system, autonomous vehicles, image generation, organized the reality, the video analysis, machine learning, neural networks, natural language processing, intelligent agents, deep learning, so machine learning, machine translation of languages. So all the places we can use artificial intelligence is going to occupy, are going to be utilized in the future, near future. So, what are the programming languages? Maybe you would like to know about the artificial intelligence technologies and skills or understanding. What are the tools or applications or programming we need to use it for the artificial intelligence? The first one now is the very famous and mostly used, widely used all over the world is Python. It is easy to learn, simple coding and simple syntax. It is the open source software and lot of libraries is available with the Python language. So another one, Java. So Java is also considered a good choice for developing artificial intelligence applications. Then another one is the Lisp, is one of the oldest and modern languages also. We can use it for artificial intelligence application development. Then Prolog and R programmings. So these are the programmings we can learn and develop, we can use for the development of artificial intelligence related applications. And look at this. This is the Gartner top strategies in technology trends for 2021-2022. So what is it? The first place is AI foundation and development. So this is what the latest trend where we need to study, where we need to spend our time to learn. So first one is the artificial intelligence. The second one is intelligent application and analytics. So most of the application, we don't want to do the repeated works, the normal works or the conventional works. So we are going to make it into the intelligent application. Need to take the smart decisions, need to take the dynamic decisions of kind of analysis and applications. Then intelligent and autonomic things. Then digital twins, everything make it into the digital twins. Empowered cloud system. So everywhere we are going to use it for the cloud. So cloud is the one of the very big technology which is going to support for artificial intelligence and future our workloads. Then conversational human to machine platform, conversation between the human and the machine. Then immersive experience, the blockchain technology, the virtual and augmented reality. So these are the 9 to 10 top strategies current by 2021 to 2022. So these are the strategy is going to be utilized or occupied for our everyday routine life and our services. Look at this revenue, estimated AI revenues all over the world in 2015, 16 to 2025 is nearly for the 10 years revenues. It started with 2016 is very minimum. The expectation in 2025, so it will be the highest 59.7895 billions, millions of dollars. So you look at this gradually is keep increasing in 2025 or 2030, it will be the highest revenue generation of the product or technology is artificial intelligence. Okay, what are the jobs? You look at this. Maybe if you're a graduating students or you are a research students or maybe you're working in the lower level organizations in the organization, look at this industry impacted by the artificial intelligence revolutions. So most of the industries, they already started implementing and reduce the burden and provide the better services to the society for the peoples. They already started implement. 85% of all jobs next to 3 years will be transformed. So 85% will be transformed to applied intelligence and artificial related machines or applications. So the people, those who are under the category of 85%, they need to upgrade themselves to putting into the latest technology and skills. So especially you look at this artificial intelligence invested, especially in country India and all, the growing annually 34%, nearly 34% is nearly half of the percentage in 2023. No monster cues significant demand for the talent as several sectors adapted the technology enabled solutions. Job market definitely it moving changes are moving very fast. The robotic teaching mathematics in Russia is already started replacing the lecturers, teachers from the school. So robotic is going to teach for the students. The storage is 2.25 thousand data scientists by 2024. So we have this recently, I think nearly 2 3 years ago only we started this kind of data scientist job. But in 2024, in another 2 years, 2.25 thousand of data scientists going to be getting jobs. 85% intelligent technologies will impact their workforce in 5 years. So 85% actually they are going to be transformed, right? Transformed to the technology sides. What is the technology side? More towards the intelligent technology sides. 79% current jobs said to be restructured. So 79, nearly 80% jobs or skills, whatever you have it, need to be restructured to updated into the new skills. Another one is the machine learning. Machine learning now reduced our lot of works burdens from the organization because machine learning is doing process analyzing the data in a very fast manner with more accuracy data. Increased artificial intelligence based projects. So like artificial intelligence, IoTs, cloud computings, quantum computings, 3D manufacturing. So all this kind of project is artificial intelligence related project is already started and keep moving on very fast. There will be some job replaced, but also the new job will be. So the people no need to worry about the current jobs. Maybe the current job may be replaced, but there are many millions, nearly 95 millions new jobs is also going to be coming up for the near future years. 80% of hiring managers stated artificial intelligence making their job easier. So the application, sorting the application, arranging the applications, sending email to the interview people. So everything, the machine learning, yeah, artificial intelligence machine automatically it's doing. We no need to be sit and select, do the jobs one by one. So the machine is started doing all this job for the hiring managers. Now we look into the few kind of sectors, maybe industry sectors. So what will happen in the education sector, artificial intelligence impact in education? By 2024, 47% of learning management tools will be artificial enabled. Now you can see a lot of books, online materials, videos. There are many things are available in the onlines or websites. But in another 2 years, in 2024, nearly 47, that means nearly 50% management tools, learning management tools available in artificial intelligence related. Then automation of administrative tasks. Whatever administrative tasks we are doing by the people, it will be automated by the machine. Then digital lessons on the form of digital textbooks, no more hard copies anymore. So artificial powered information visualization content, all the content, you don't need to read by text or the letters. So it will be everything visualized content. So the visualized content, we can learn it very fast and more accurate. Customize the content as by the student learning curves. So the student no need to study all the subject which offered by the university. They can customize what is their interest, what they need to study. So where is their planning to study and all. So they can customize by own by the students level. Transformation by the physical classroom into virtual classrooms. So already we are doing more than 50%. We already make it physical classroom into virtual classroom, personalized learning models, intelligent tutoring systems. The future will be education at any time, adapt student needs and visual methods. So they can no need to go to the university. So no need to use any particular books. So no need to follow the consistent period of time to study. So they can study and customized. They can plan it by individualized for the education systems. So agriculture, the next level is the agriculture. They predict the best time to plant and harvest. They reduce the production cost, increasing the vegetable yields. So hyperspectral image analysis for the pest control, sensors, drones, so AI predict the crop needs, wireless sensor networks, driverless tractors, sensor radars, and GPS. So everything already we move into the artificial intelligence related machines, tools, technologies applied and utilized, started utilizing into the agriculture field. Okay, then artificial intelligence about the health and biotechnology. Health is the another important sector, right? So faster and accurate diagnosis. So nowadays you can see the diagnosis is delayed. Another one is not accurate. So this one we need to make it very fast. One is the faster diagnosis. Another one is the accurate diagnosis. Then reduce the physical stress. So no need to be rushed here and there. So everything automated machines, it will be available at your home. So you can reduce your stress. Remote healthcare and telemedicines. So no need to see physically all the doctors all the times. So we can communicate through the systems, communicate through the telemedicines. So the medicine will be, received by at your home. You can communicate with your doctors directly through the online. So VR headsets, then making sense of medical data with AI and machine learning analysis. Because since we have medical data is more, every day is storage by getting one by one. So it will be, we can make it into machine learning methods to find out the accurate diagnosis and accurate individualized or personalized medicines for the patient to patient. There is no common system applied for everyone and everywhere. So AI assisted robotic surgery estimated nearly 40 billion surgeries. So because of the human surgery, many people they are queuing and waiting for the appointment and delayed for the operations. So many people they are not getting their operations or surgery on the right time. So AI going to be assist for the surgeries. The virtual nursing assistants 24/7 So monitoring the patient conditions. 8, clinical judgment to diagnosis is nearly 93% success than the 73%. Previously, it is 73. Now is going to make it 93%. Workflow administrative works, then image analysis, 3D scans, up to 1,000 times faster than the manual systems. So this one will going to be replaced. Healthcare sector going to replace many changes and replacement of the current works with artificial intelligence. Then you look at in general, AI solution to every business problems. Whatever problems you are from the financial sectors, marketing sector, customer support, digital market, handling multiple customers at a time, more efficient phone support, enhance the customer experience, medicines, mining value from the untapped data, so efficient healthcare services, real estate, better and faster communication, automated property valuation, promoting rental bookings, then personalization, personalized recommendation based on our previous orders, like Amazon and all. When you go to the Amazon, it will come into your previous history of research, searching methods. Then data analytics about automated machine learning, improved PowerPoint, artificial intelligence powered data, predicting and preventing issues before turning into the problems. So we can predict the future demand, supply and demand. Then the production industry will not get struck or getting delayed for the services to the people. So this one, I think the Sophia and Little Sophia's is already available. It can talk, it can sing, play games, and tell jokes, and teaching for the children is already available in the markets. So what are the other technologies in 2025? Maybe in another 3 to 5 years. So what are the new technologies is going to be happen? The first one is the cloud computing. Cloud computing is going to be 17% is going to be adapted with all the places. Big data analytics, Internet of Things, then encryption of the cybersecurity, 29%. Then artificial intelligence, machine learning, natural language processing, text image processing and voice processing, e-commerce, digital trade, robots, augmented and virtual reality, distributed ledger system like blockchain, 3D and 4D printings, power storage and generations, the new marketings, for the robotic humanoid machines, quantum computing. These are the another 3 to 5 years. These are the technology is going to be improved. So going to adapt with their current technologies. So these one technologies to be adapted to 25, increasing demand, just now we see. Decreasing demand also, the data entry operator, executive level operators, the record keeping, maintenance, this kind of job will be decreasing the demands. So over a period of time, this job will be removed from the market. So these are the jobs will be keep increasing the demand in the future. So specialized skills and imaging for the sectors. So most of the sector, especially for the production, product marketing, digital marketing, software development, business management, advertising, human computer interaction, development tools, data storage technologies, computer networking, web development. So this kind of artificial intelligence, data, real estate, technical support. So these are the fields is going to be keep increase. We need to upskill and reskill related to this specialization of these areas. So, what is the problems, the roadblocks to the big data analytics and artificial intelligence? So, where we are getting delayed for implementation of artificial intelligence in the industry. The first one is the business understanding. So, most of the managers level, senior manager level employees or the management teams, they have lack of strategy leadership. So business understanding and direction at senior level management. So they are not very clear about their business understanding, direction, future direction. That's why maybe a little bit delayed for implementation. Then another one, lack of talent. So we have less talented people currently. We have the local universities not producing enough workforce related to the artificial intelligence expertise and knowledge. So the rate of the universities, we need to come up with a lot of professional certification, latest skill implementation modules. Every year they need to review their syllabus and putting into the upgrading into the latest chapters in inclusion into the curriculum. The lack of budget, so there is another issue due to the pandemic. Many business they are having it reduced their services and getting less incomes. Maybe after that the budget problem will be overcome. Then awareness, lack of awareness and exposure to artificial intelligence and the importance. So maybe later after they are finding the competitors problems, so definitely they started implementing this. Then advanced use cases, lack of trainings. Yes, we need to get the updated training, keep getting the training about the data analysis, how to you managing the policies, procedures. Then technology adaptation. Do not understand the state of all technologies and their independence. So they are not understanding about this. Then government support. The government need to give a lot of subsidies, sponsorship from the government side to implementing the government sectors. Then regulations, the strict regulations, we need to make it into compliance point of views to reduce the biggest like now the cyber security is there are a lot of so many the parallelly will getting another threats about the technologies. So the government need to come up with proper government regulations to avoiding these kind of issues. Okay, so the recommendation of achieving. So what is the things we need to do for implementing the artificial intelligence and get ready for adopting those kind of technologies? The first one is the training and education. We need the continuous upskilling trainings. So improve about the artificial intelligence in the artificial intelligence related certifications in the schools and university places, even until the post graduation level. Then clear strategy, collaboration with the data professional and business stakeholders. So come up with the clear strategy about the future plan and the trends. So government support. So we need to get it from the government support for the funding and other kind of policies and supports. Then awareness, hire experts, hire data even data driven consultant. So visa requirement for foreign exports and all. We get it some expert people related to the artificial intelligence. Then right management, funding, technology adaptation, continuous model improvements, and advanced analytic technologies. This is the only way you can come out from the competitor places. Then supporting systems, data sharings. So policy for data sharing, willingness to share the data and data sharing standards and procedures. Okay, so what will be the future artificial intelligence? So today that we are using the narrow artificial intelligence. So that means the things, but we match with the human intelligence. It's not matching with the human intelligence. We are doing started implementing for the routine works or repeated works replaced by machines. So this one increasing the routine tasks. You can see increasingly the perform routine tasks. Some with the humans, the provide speed, quality, and cut cost. Okay, that was is our current artificial intelligence methods. So another one is 20 to 25 years. So what will be the artificial intelligence? So everything about autonomous systems all over, limited reasoning capabilities, adapt changes in the environment, can self-expanded test, can reason innovative. So this one, everything like autonomous vehicles, autonomous machines. So automatically all the jobs the people will, machine will do without much intervention or interruption with the human beings. So this one distant future of that means super AI. So super artificial intelligence as the human, it will going to intelligent as human and even more in some cases. Major support will research, innovation, and learnings. But this kind of super artificial intelligence can be dangerous if not controlled or not significantly improve the quality of the systems. Okay, so this one is the current. It will be the future for another 2025. So it will be the distant future, maybe after 25 years. So it will be the super artificial intelligence. So this is for our focus about artificial intelligence opportunities and scope. So I hope everyone you understand about why we need to learn about artificial intelligence, why we need to adapt to the new technologies, because this won't be the opportunities and scope in the another 5 to 10 years and the future also. Okay, so any other questions here from the audience?
Okay, thank you, Doctor, for the speech. If let's say that there's a question, so I'll put it to you, Doctor. Okay.
Sure,
And
sure.
then I hope all will be very speech. Your presence and your share the knowledge with us. And thank you again, Doctor. I hope we meet again. Okay, and then you can
Okay,
share
thank
again in
you.
our conference.
There you
Thank
go.
you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much for given the opportunities for this. I hope.
Okay. Okay, Doctor. Okay, so we session, our morning session. So we proceed with our parallel session. Everyone can proceed to their respective link. So good luck to all presenters and see you in the evening session for closing ceremony. Thank you very much.